Dominating is politics, and in our first story, after over 16 hours of voting and several hours of sorting and counting, provisional results indicate Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, Johnson Isiedun Ketia and Joshua Kamba will lead the National Democratic Congress for the next 4 years as Chairman, General Secretary and National Organizer respectively. Mr. Ofosu-Ampofo, before this victory, was the Director of Elections for the party, while Johnson Isiedun Ketia has defended his General Secretary position. Now let's take you through some of the provisional results we have. And so now, as declared, for National Chairman, the following contestant had the following results. Dan Agbodapi garnered some 2,199 votes, Betty Modujeso 358, Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo 3,656, Alhaji Hudu Yaya 1,823, and Danianan for that position had 303 for the position of National Chairman. And when it came to the position of National Vice Chairman, for General Secretary, Johnson Isiedun Ketia garnered some 6,642 votes, and following in a distant second, the two of them, Samuel Koku Sichope Anyidovo, had 1,625. Now we go to the position of Deputy General Secretary. Well, for the national organizer, we had the following contesting. Madi Jibril had some 599 votes. Akamba Joshua Hamidu, some 3,084 votes. Jemima Anita Disosu, 300. Yabwatin Jan, 1,843. Baba Jamal Ahmed, 2,107. Enoch Amwakunsia, 74. And Solomon Yawankansa with some 306 votes. As usual, you can check myJoyNews.com. You get more of those results. But there's more on the NDC later on the show. Stay with us for top-notch analysis.
Right, now away from the NDC, investigations are underway into how a one-story building collapsed at the North Industrial Area, killing one person and injuring several others. Rescuers confirmed a laborer was trapped under the rubble following the collapse of the office building under construction at the North Industrial Area. His body was recovered after hours of searching. Kaneshie District Police Commander Superintendent Ernest Achampong said the engineers and the owners of the facility have so far failed to collaborate with the police. He, however, said his outfit will not relent on their efforts into getting to the bottom of this matter.
This morning dawn, 12:15 a.m., we found the male adult by name Wisdom at the premises of the luxury building. Yeah, when the body was found there, the face was smashed and there was blood only. We also found that the left leg had a cut as well as the back, also the dry cut.
Was this the only body you found?
Yeah, that was the only person they suspected to have been trapped. All the workers were found except the Wisdom, who was told he was trapped. Based on that, we have to go further to get the NADMO and the fire service personnel. The mayor himself was there, and then we did that, and fortunately we were able to find the body at 12:15 a.m. this morning. We have commenced investigation. There are more to it. We are going to find out where the building processes were being constructed, where they have a permit to construct the building, and then we have commenced investigation. Further investigation are going to be conducted. So I must say that this is not going to be fair. It's not a final thing. More are going to be done.
But have you spoken to the owners of the facility and probably the engineers, and what have they been telling you?
Yesterday, when we got there, all the workers, the engineers were very reluctant to talk to us. Our attention was to focus on the person who had been trapped.
Meanwhile, Accra Mayor Mohamed Ajay Sowa says engineers for the collapsed building will be sanctioned if they failed to secure construction permits.
I was on my usual runs 4 months ago, and I came on my usual inspection, and I realized that the building was going on without permit. So we came to stop it. I'm yet to find out whether indeed they came back for regularization of their permit, but I don't have that information, so nobody informed me anything. I came here myself 4 months ago. I mean, sanctions will apply, but I think that we are very much concerned about health and safety. So for me, it is not just about applying the sanctions, but stepping up our enforcement and making sure that our technical persons that goes around to inspect buildings do not only look at whether they have permit or not, but whether they are working according to specifications. That is very important. I am not a technical person, but they are employed by the state to also do that work. And I'm sure that if somebody was also sleeping on the job, certainly sanctions will also apply to that person as well.
So when time limit, any time limit?
We are here. I mean, we have to make sure that we get to the bottom of this matter before we leave. I've been here for the past 4.5 hours, and I'm continuing to stay just to make sure that I get a full picture before I leave.
I'm sure you've also heard from the contractors as well as the owners of the facility. What have they been telling you?
Well, they have not said anything convincingly yet. At the moment, they are thinking about their property that is they've lost. They are also thinking about the injured. But for us, that we have stepped in, we just have to make sure that things are done properly, and that's why we are here.
Enrollment at the Midwifery and Nursing Training College at Etibie in the region has increased by about 400% in the last 4 years, from 171 in 2014. The student population now stands at some 650. The classrooms are overcrowded, making teaching and learning difficult. Principal of the Etibie Midwifery and Nursing Training College, Paulina Osabuti, says some 5 additional classrooms are urgently needed to accommodate the growing numbers in the school. Nana Asenso Mensah brings us more.
Only 3 classrooms of 50 capacities for each 3 mainstream programs are available. Students have to contend with unbearable heat in the classrooms, teachers hardly able to walk in between the rows, making academic work unpleasant experience.
Ideally, during teaching and learning, tutors are supposed to walk through the class to see whatever students are doing, because nowadays you'll be teaching and students will be WhatsApping and making calls and taking photo shots and browsing. So if a class is so compact that the tutor cannot walk through, you realize the tutor will be teaching and the students will be doing something else, and that doesn't, improve the learning process of students.
Financial constraints have stalled work on a 4-story classroom block project initiated with internally generated funds. Authorities say additional 1.8 million Ghana cedis is needed to complete the work. Mrs. Osabute told a ceremony to commission the ground floor among other projects.
The projects that we are trying to develop now is the classroom block. It's a 4-story classroom block project. We have managed to construct and complete the ground floor. It's a 4-story. We need money for the first, second, third floors and the roofing. And we need about 1.8 million Ghana cedis to complete the project. We have raised funds today. Though we haven't calculated to know how much we have gotten, I believe the money that we'll get today will not be enough to complete the project. And that is why we are appealing to the government to come in and help us to be able to complete the classroom block, so that it will help and ease the problem or challenges of having inadequate classroom space in the college.
In the midst of infrastructural difficulties, the college continues to chalk academic excellence. Member of Parliament from Praeso, Seth Kwame Champon, is overwhelmed by the determination of management to excel despite challenges.
This goes back to the advisory board. I give them credit. It goes to the management who, out of nothing, is able to sit back and look at their stream of income they generate, and then their lobbying ability, how they can get people come and support them. And all that we are witnessing is as a result of the creativity of the leadership. And I am very much glad that I have seen this journey from its inception. And where we are, it gives me the confidence and hope that if you support such an institution, it will do well and it will go far.
Reporting for Joy News, Nana Asensumensa.
To the Ashanti region next, about 15,000 applicants are assured of admission into the Kumasi Technical University next year as expansion work nears completion. A 5-story classroom block with offices is expected to augment existing facilities. Acting Vice-Chancellor Professor Isiama Yeboah is optimistic that the new structures will ease congestion. He's been inspecting ongoing projects at the university's new site at Adako Jechi near Ijisu.
The project, which has lecture halls, libraries and computer laboratories, was initiated in 2016 and is funded internally. Professor Siama says it's a boost for the university's new status following conversion from Polytechnic.
There's a need for us to also get some sort of befitting structures so that when somebody enters campus here, then the person who did have entered a technical university, because the technical university and the Polytechnic are not the same. So there must be a kind of change. There must be a kind of rebranding.
Professor Yeboah anticipates graduates from government's free SHS program who face no infrastructure challenges.
The number from this graduates from SHS that enters the technical university or any other traditional university will be more than doubled. So for us to take advantage of this flagship program, the free SHS, we needed also to have such structure or more of these structures so that we'll be able to also accommodate. Just last week, we matriculated 4,000 plus students. So you can imagine, when in 2020, when these free SHS graduates start dropping in, then we expect to, even without the free SHS, we are matriculating 4,000. So we are expecting more than 10,000. And if you get more than 10, 15,000, where are they going to sit?
Project contractor Eons Complex Limited is confident work will be completed on schedule. Julius Fiajo is project manager.
The capacity of this very big, and basically it is to house, it is for lectures. For lectures, we have some library areas, computer labs, and then some offices. And then I think for every floor we have 4 classrooms, and some of the classrooms it's of a capacity of 120, and others are of capacity of 100. That is for the classrooms, and then we have a 120-seater library as well as almost 50-seater computer labs on 2 different levels, and then offices for both the dean, the lecturers, and everybody in here. And we are looking at completing this very month.
As part of the plan, Professor Yeboah has augmented classroom furniture and also increased computers and servers at the school's computer laboratory. Reporting for Joy News, Kwesi Dera.
And that's it for the latest news updates. We have more news. We're reviewing the newspapers, and we want to invite you in.
Stay tuned for all of that. The AM show continues after these.